Hello and welcome to another week of Sambo iRacing. We're back with another track guide, this time in the F4 at Circuit De Ledenon. And what a weird little combo this is. I obviously know this track quite well from racing the Vs and the rookie series around here. Never done it in F4 before this session. And yeah, you really do have to commit. It's quite challenging. Best of luck to everyone racing here this week. If you're new to my channel, we do a hot lap and then a breakdown lap. And then we're back in the cockpit one final time with the driving line on. Right, let's go. Okay, let's start the hot lap. So on the right hand side, fifth gear, gonna go through the first apex flat, and then we're just very, very lightly gonna dab the brake a couple of times, very, very lightly, build power back up, third gear, flat through here, we're braking hard, all the way down to second gear, back on the gas at the apex, building back up. This is using the Ledenon iRacing fixed setup. For anyone that does question that, and it's using 58% brake bias. 58%. More forward than I would normally go. So it's important we got absolutely flat here through turn 8 in fifth gear, hanging on for dear life. All the way down to third, back on the gas, exit nice and wide to keep the speed up. Up to fourth, we're going to go flat here over this blind crest. Now we're getting off the gas. Lightly on the brakes, down to second gear, try not to spin it around there. Back up through the gears, cutting the corner here where we can. Straighten the wheel, brake hard to about 78% as you can see there, down to second gear, back on the gas. Yeah, so this is fixed setup. And this is with about a gallon left, so about 3 or 4 litres left in the fuel tank, because it was about 20 minutes into my session that I managed to get this one. Let's do the breakdown lap. Let's smash through this breakdown lap as fast as possible. Right, so we're going flat through here. As we get past this Marshall sort on the right-hand side, that's when we're going to start our turn in. So we're absolutely flat through here. We're going to go through this first apex, and we're going to lift at the apex. So we go down to nothing. Brake up to about 20%, 17%. First time you go around here a few times, you'll probably spin in practice or testing. That's absolutely fine as you're trying to work it out. And then, unusual for me, I'm just coasting really here. Tiny bit more gas just to get to the nice outside here so that we can start turning in. I just touched the brakes there. As you can see, I'm on 2%. That was just to get that forward movement of the balance so that my front tires can actually start gripping up. I drop it down to third gear, and then when I'm at this final apex, I'm starting to build back up to 100%. As soon as I've straightened my wheel, I'm back up to 100%. We're flat through turn 4 there. The braking marker is tricky here for turn 5 coming up, but if you look directly in front of my car, you see a little angle in the white line. Basically, as soon as you hit that angle, I brake up to about 75%. Going to wipe that speed off and then start trailing it off as we turn in. Drop it down to second gear, and we're trying to get back up to 100% as soon as possible. It's all about carrying the momentum through these turns. Up to fourth gear. Now this is the tricky one that we always sort of struggle with when we're here trying to find the braking marker. You're just going to have to get a feel for it because there's nothing that sort of jumps out. Now what you can do is on the right hand side of the screen, if you've got a similar field of view to this, you see a Marshall and some sort of light stanchion on the right hand side. Once they sort of clear your screen, you wait a beat, and then yeah, we're braking up to about 75%. Seems to be the sweet spot for the big braking zones around here. Trail that off, drop it down to third, drop it down to second. We'll start building back up on the gas, so I'm at 2/3 as I leave the apex. And then as soon as my wheel's straight, I'm back up to 100%. Quite a slippy corner. Up through third, up to fourth. We're cutting the corner here, keeping our right-hand tyre on the track. Up to fifth gear. Now we need a nice wide turn in, but we need to keep our right-hand tyres to the right-hand side of this white line that's here. We're going to start turning in, and as you can see, we're absolutely flat. We're going to take a whole heap of curb here. It doesn't feel the most comfortable when you're actually doing it, but your car will probably get away with it. Once we get over to the left-hand side and we straighten up our wheel, that's when we can brake up to, again, about 75%. We trail that off, we drop it down to fourth, drop it down to third, and then we want to be building back up on the gas as we're at the apex here in third gear. Exit nice and wide, back over to the right-hand side, up to fourth. Now, it's a blind crest with a corner here, and we're absolutely flat as we go through it, as you can see, as I'm apexing, still flat in 4th gear. Now, once I straighten my wheel, that's when I get up to about 50% brake. So this is a long braking zone as opposed to a sharp one. Otherwise, you're just going to absolutely spin. Drop it down to 3rd, drop it down to 2nd. I'm still trailing off the brakes, as you can see here. Now, as I trail them off completely, I get back up on the gas. And yeah, it's quite a slippy corner, so I had to do a little bit of counter steering there as I went up to 100% on the gas pedal. I was flat through these, just cutting through the corners. And basically, as soon as we start straightening the wheel here, so I'm in 5th gear, and as soon as I start straightening the wheel towards this second to last apex on the right-hand side, I brake up to about 55% for this first turn, or this first corner here. And then once I'm through that, that's when I actually brake that little bit harder, almost up to 80% for the final apex of 14 on the left-hand side. Drop down to 3rd, drop down to 2nd, trailing it off all the way down to the apex. You can see I'm still on 3% brake pressure. And then as I let go of that, I go back up to 100% on the gas as soon as possible. And there we have it. That's the breakdown lap. We have one final version coming up, which is with the driving line on without me talking. I hope you enjoy it. It's coming up now. As always, thanks for your continued support. I've been Sambo iRacing, and I'll see you guys in the week. Cheers.